Today we are visiting the Riverside Cemetery in Rockford, Ohio. Here's a little history of Rockford, which is just a stone's throw from the cemetery. Rockford began as a village on St. Mary's River near the center of the western Ohio border. The village was founded in 1820 and at first was called Shanesville, named by Anthony Shane, a French Ottawa Indian who discovered it. The village was later renamed in 1890 as Rockford. As I tell you the story of Louis Shaffer, we will walk through the Riverside Cemetery and look at some gravestones. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Louis Robert Shaffer was born on Valentine's Day, February 14, 1899, in Lima, Ohio, to Samuel and Olive Shaffer, the second child but first son of the couple. Louis Shaffer, better known as Red because of his red hair, had grown up in Rockford, Ohio. He came from a big family, having 7 siblings. When World War I came knocking, Red answered the call and offered to fight for his country. He joined the Army training camp in Findlay, Ohio, not too far from Rockford. He was transferred as a young private to another camp in Hancock County, Ohio, where he was an asset in the fight. Then he was honorably discharged in 1919. He left Ohio for California in 1921, and in the year that followed, he settled down and got married to a motion picture actress by the name of Dolores Duncan. Happiness couldn't help Red, because he was certainly drawing unwanted attention during the 1930s by bootlegging whiskey, landing himself in jail and facing fines for his choices. With all his troubles, in October of 1930, Dolores and Red got into a vicious fight, which led Dolores to defend herself from the beating and choking that was being inflicted on her by Red. She reached for a nearby pistol and fired. The bullet split in two and lodged into Red's collarbone and right shoulder. He then drove himself the dozen or so miles to the hospital and refused to divulge to the sheriff who had shot him. However, his wife, Dolores Shaffer, admitted to the sheriff that she had shot him and was sorry that the bullet missed his heart, and she was sorry that he would live. Red partially recovered, and the two of them were reconciled. Yet the bullet fragments were still inside his body, and slowly, over a period of 3 years, the bullet would turn septic and would kill him. On January 26, 1933, Louis Robert Shaffer succumbed to his wounds that had been inflicted by Dolores those 3 years earlier. Dolores could not be consoled. Letters were sent to his father Sam, and he rode the train from Rockford, Ohio to Marysville, California, to return his son's body to Ohio. In the meantime, Dolores had taken a 16-gauge shotgun and shot herself in the stomach, exclaiming that she wanted to be with Red before pulling the trigger. Dolores died 10 days after Louis and is buried at the Riverside Cemetery in California. Rest in peace, Louis Robert Shaffer, beloved son of Samuel and Olive Shaffer. Thank you for your service.